Today we will be discussing about record classes in Java. Welcome to this new video. A record class in simple words is a special kind of class that is used to create immutable data classes. What it means in simple words is to avoid creating an entire class for some values, we create or we use record classes. Also remember that it automatically generates methods like equals, hash code and two string values. We generally define the record by using the record keyword with a small r and also the class name after that next to the record keyword. Let's see the instance. So let's see an example for a program. Let's say record. For example, let's take person. Let's give the person a string name and the int age, for example. Let's just create this. And within the person, let's create another person or similar to that of a class here. So remember that in records, it is just for understanding sake, it is reverse of the creation of a class. In class, we create the constructor inside. So a constructor has the same name as the class, and it also has parentheses as a method or similar to that of a method. Whereas in record classes, we do the reverse. Just imagine that we are creating the constructor outside and we are creating a class inside. So within the person, let's just check the age. Let's make sure that the age is not less than 18, for example. Let's just print that you are not eligible. Let's say eligible for something, for example. Now this is a record class. We have already implemented the record class. Remember that we have given the values name and age. We don't need to get or set these methods by using the getter setter methods, or we don't even need to create a constructor for these two values to assign values to these or instantiate these values. All we need to do now is go to the main method. Let's just create a person pr is equals to new. We see that we already get these values. So I'll give the name as, let's say, James, and I'll just give an age of 16, for example. And if I run the program now, let's just clear the terminal out. And if I run the program, we can see that you're not eligible gets printed because that is what we have given. And every time we are creating a new person, we are checking if the age is less than 18. And if they are less than 18, we are printing you are not eligible. So this is how we create a value from that record class. So let's create another value. Let's just say pr pr2. If I change these values now, let's say again, let's just say done. And if I just do 25, let's say, for example, let's just indent this right now. Okay, sorry. Let's just indent this right now, and if I try to run the program, it won't really print anything because we're not trying to print the pr2. I just want to show you that this gets printed again and again. So every time you're creating or you're instantiating the values James and 16, because the age is less than 18, we are getting the you are not eligible as the output. So if I clear the terminal now, and if I try to access all the values of the person itself, let's just create an sout, and all we need to do is enter pr. So that is the person 1. So this is the person. So we'll also print the person 2. Let's just say pr2. So this is how we try to output the values that we are giving to the record class. So if I run the program now, we can see that you are not eligible gets printed first, and then we see the first person, the name is James and the age is 16. And for the second person, the name is Danny and the age is 25. So this is how record classes work in Java. This is a very easy implementation of record classes in Java. You should try to implement more complex codes in your programming for practice and better understanding of the record classes. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.